In-depth analysis of Steve Jobs. Why did he change the world? How did an adopted child become the epitome of the tech era? Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple, reshaped the boundaries of technology and culture with his obsession and dreams. From the iPhone to Pixar, he didn't just create products, he defined a way of life. Let's dive into Walter Isaacson's Steve Jobs to explore this genius's contradictory life and enduring legacy. 1. Childhood and rebellion, the spark of dreams. Steve Jobs was born in 1955 in San Francisco and adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs. His childhood wasn't smooth, yet it planted the seeds of innovation. His father, Paul, taught him to repair electronics in their garage, igniting his passion for technology. Isaacson writes, Jobs learned from his father that perfect craftsmanship requires attention to every detail, even the back of a screw. This pursuit of perfection defined his life. As a teenager, Jobs was a rebel. He was captivated by Bob Dylan's music, experimented with psychedelics, and explored Zen philosophy. These unconventional experiences shaped his out-of-the-box thinking. In 1972, he dropped out of Reed College but audited a calligraphy course, studying typography. This experience later influenced the aesthetic of Apple's computer interfaces. Isaacson quotes Jobs, "If I hadn't taken that calligraphy class, the Mac wouldn't have had such beautiful fonts." Jobs' rebellion was not just self-expression but a way to explore the world. He traveled to India with his friend Daniel Kotke, seeking spiritual enlightenment. In simple villages, they felt the power of minimalism, which inspired Jobs' later design philosophy of simplicity. For example, Apple's intuitive interfaces reflect this less is more mindset. Similarly, Elon Musk's adventures in South Africa taught him to distill simplicity from complexity, influencing Tesla's design. Jobs' childhood was steeped in Silicon Valley's culture. In the 1960s, Silicon Valley was the cradle of a tech revolution, and companies like HP sparked his curiosity. He recalled a neighbor, an HP engineer, showing him how transistors worked, revealing technology's potential to change lives. This blend of environment and personal experiences set the stage for founding Apple. An original example is Marianne Duval, a French programmer. Fascinated by music and art, she dropped out of school, taught herself coding, and developed a popular music creation app. Her non-traditional path, like Jobs's, shaped her unique creativity. Jobs's childhood and youth prove how rebellion and curiosity ignite innovation. His curiosity wasn't just shaped by family in Silicon Valley, but by his broad interests in science and art. He dismantled radios in his garage, eager to understand how electronic components worked together. This hands-on approach fueled his fascination with technology's inner workings. Isaacson writes, Jobs was never content with knowing what, he always wanted to know why. This curiosity was reinforced through interactions with HP engineers. At 12, he called HP co-founder Bill Hewlett to request parts and was not only sent them but invited to intern at the company. This experience showed him that the tech world welcomed young curiosity. A real-world example is Bill Gates, who, as a teen, immersed himself in programming, spending late nights in his school's computer lab. Like Jobs, Gates's early tech exposure fueled his ambition to transform industries. Jobs's curiosity extended to literature and philosophy, reading classics like King Lear to explore humanity and fate. This cross-disciplinary interest infused emotion and storytelling into his product designs. For instance, Apple's ads often use narratives to resonate with users. Jobs's childhood was also shaped by the 1960s counterculture movement. He attended hippie gatherings and was influenced by the Whole Earth catalog, whose motto, "Stay hungry, stay foolish," left a lasting impact. This phrase became the essence of his 2005 Stanford commencement address, inspiring countless people to pursue greatness. His childhood curiosity and rebellion forged a mindset that broke conventions, laying the foundation for Apple's innovation. 2. Apple's beginnings, a revolution in a garage. In 1976, 21-year-old Jobs and Steve Wozniak founded Apple in a garage. Wozniak, a technical genius, designed the Apple I circuit board while Jobs excelled at turning technology into commercial magic. Isaacson describes, Jobs was like a magician, transforming Wozniak's circuit board into a lifestyle. The Apple I's success made Apple a pioneer in personal computing, reaching a $1.7 billion valuation at its 1980 IPO. The Apple I's breakthrough was its user-friendliness. Unlike computers designed for professionals, which were complex, Jobs pushed for a simple interface and keyboard, making it accessible to families. He also insisted on integrated hardware and software, ensuring seamless performance. This approach contrasted with IBM's modular designs, becoming Apple's core strength. Jobs' business acumen shone in marketing. He collaborated with ad agencies to craft a stylish image for the Apple II, appealing to schools and households. Isaacson notes that Jobs personally visited schools to promote the Apple I's educational use, making it a staple in American classrooms. This user-focused strategy resembles Jeff Bezos's approach with the Kindle, using low prices and convenience to conquer the e-book market. Apple's early days weren't without challenges. Jobs and Wozniak often clashed over technical and business directions. Wozniak wanted to open-source the Apple I's design, while Jobs insisted on control to maintain brand uniqueness. Isaacson writes, Jobs' stubbornness preserved Apple's unified aesthetic but sowed seeds of team conflict. This tension foreshadowed his later ousting. An original example is Carlos Fernández, a Spanish entrepreneur. He and a technical partner developed a smart home device in a garage, capturing the market with sleek design and user experience. Like Jobs, Carlos's success stemmed from blending product and market insight. Apple's early success proved the power of combining technology with vision. The success hinged on Jobs and Wozniak's complementary partnership. Wozniak's technical brilliance gave Apple its edge, while Jobs' vision turned technology into market value. Isaacson writes, Jobs and Woz were the perfect duo, one dreamed, the other built. Jobs inspired his team, often debating ideas with engineers late into the night in the garage. He also brought in early employee Mike Markkula, who invested funds and shaped a business plan. Markkula's involvement transformed Apple from a garage startup to a formal company. Jobs' management style emerged early. He demanded perfection, even arguing over the aesthetic of the Apple I circuit board. Isaacson recounts Jobs saying, even if the circuit board is hidden inside, it should be as beautiful as art. This obsession with detail mirrors Lexus's approach, where engineers fine-tuned engine sounds hundreds of times for the perfect driving experience. An original example is Ana Silva, a Portuguese entrepreneur. She and her technical partner created a health monitoring device, gaining market traction through a focus on user experience. Like Jobs, Ana channeled her team's creativity into a shared vision. Apple's early collaboration showed that genius thrives with team support. 3. Exile. A decade of wandering. In 1985, Jobs was ousted from Apple after clashing with CEO John Sculley. This low point, though painful, was a pivotal turning point. Isaacson writes, being fired from Apple was Jobs' most painful experience, yet his most valuable asset. He reflected on his arrogance, redefining his leadership approach. Jobs founded NeXT, focusing on high-end workstations. NeXT's hardware was beautifully designed, and its object-oriented operating system, though not commercially successful, became the foundation for Apple's later revival. For example, NeXT's OS directly influenced macOS X. At NeXT, Jobs learned to manage teams more systematically, balancing technical and business needs. He also acquired Lucasfilm's animation division, creating Pixar. Pixar's Toy Story 1995 grossed $360 million, launching the digital animation era. At Pixar, Jobs demonstrated mastery over both art and technology. He invested in technology and deeply engaged in storytelling, ensuring emotional resonance. Isaacson quotes Pixar director John Lasseter, Jobs made us believe technology and art could coexist. An original example is Eileen Carter, a British designer. After being fired, she founded a sustainable furniture studio, iterating designs to win international awards. Like Jobs, she drew strength from setbacks. His time at NeXT and Pixar proved that failure can breed greater breakthroughs. NeXT wasn't just a revenge move but a bold experiment in technology and design. NeXT workstations used magnesium alloy shells and pioneered object-oriented programming. Though ahead of its time, the technology laid groundwork for the internet. Isaacson notes, NeXT was Jobs' pursuit of perfect technology, even if the market wasn't ready. NeXT's failure stemmed from high prices and niche positioning, but its technical legacy was profound. For instance, Tim Berners-Lee developed the World Wide Web's prototype on a NeXT workstation. At NeXT, Jobs cultivated mature leadership, listening to his team and balancing idealism with practicality. For example, he allowed engineers to adjust hardware specs to cut costs, despite his perfectionism. Isaacson quotes a NeXT employee, "Jobs learned the value of failure at NeXT." A real-world example is SpaceX's early rocket development. Elon Musk faced technical and market challenges but succeeded with Falcon 1 through persistent experimentation. Both Musk and Jobs showed resilience in adversity. NeXT prepared Jobs for his triumphant return to Apple. During this period, Jobs deepened his study of Zen and Eastern philosophy. In Japan, he encountered minimalist design, like Muji's aesthetic, reinforcing his philosophy. This simplicity permeated Pixar's animations and NeXT's hardware. His exile was not just a technical and business crucible but a philosophical evolution. 4. The comeback, Apple's renaissance. In 1997, with Apple on the brink of bankruptcy, Jobs returned as interim CEO. He slashed product lines from dozens to 4, launching the iMac. This colorful, transparent computer became a fashion icon, selling over 2 million units. Isaacson quotes Jobs, "We're not here to catch up, we're here to create the future." The iMac marked Apple's resurgence. Its success wasn't just strategic but revolutionary in design. Jobs and designer Jonathan Ive broke from the gray box PC mold, creating a translucent, vibrant iMac. Isaacson writes, "The iMac was Jobs' perfect blend of aesthetics and function. Its streamlined design and all-in-one structure felt approachable, not cold." Jobs insisted on a single CD drive, ditching floppy disks, anticipating digital downloads. During iMac's development, Jobs' obsession with detail was relentless. He halted production over color discrepancies, demanding perfect translucency. Isaacson recounts Jobs saying, "The iMac should feel like furniture, blending into people's lives." This philosophy shaped later products like the MacBook and iPhone. An original example is Hannah Schmidt, a German designer. She created a modular lamp balancing beauty and utility, inspired by Apple's minimalist design. The iMac proved design is a bridge to emotional connection with users. Jobs redefined tech aesthetics with the iMac. Strategic vision shown in the digital hub strategy. He positioned computers as the center of digital life, music, video, and more, launching the iPod in 2001. With its simple scroll wheel and iTunes ecosystem, the iPod transformed the music industry. Isaacson writes, "The iPod turned Apple from a computer company into a consumer electronics giant." Its success came from Jobs' focus on user experience, like ensuring song switches took one click. The iPod's development was grueling, with Jobs demanding completion in 9 months. Isaacson recounts an engineer's story. Jobs erupted over battery life but inspired innovative solutions. High-pressure yet motivational style drove rapid innovation. A similar case is Netflix's shift to streaming. Founder Reed Hastings, like Jobs, seized the intersection of technology and user needs. Jobs' comeback showed innovation lies not just in products but in reshaping industries. He also reshaped Apple's culture. The Think Different campaign emphasized innovation and individuality, inspiring users to embrace uniqueness. Like Nike's Just Do It, it built emotional bonds through brand ethos. Apple's revival was a triumph of technology and culture. The iPhone era, redefining the smartphone. In 2007, the iPhone's launch was the pinnacle of Jobs' career. Combining a phone, music player, and internet device, it revolutionized the industry. Isaacson writes, Jobs stood on stage, sliding his fingers across the iPhone screen like conducting a symphony. Its multi-touch interface, sleek design, and App Store ecosystem redefined smartphones. The iPhone's development was fraught with challenges. Jobs' obsession with detail was near tyrannical, scrapping entire designs over screen glass curvature. Team members recalled him calling at midnight to debate a pixel's color. Isaacson quotes a designer, "Working with Jobs was like a roller coaster, painful but worth it." This relentless pursuit created the iPhone's unmatched quality. Its success also stemmed from Jobs' ecosystem thinking. The App Store created an open platform for millions of developers. Isaacson writes, "The iPhone wasn't just hardware, it was a platform revolution." Unlike Google's Android, Apple's closed system ensured superior quality control. A similar case is Tesla's Model S, where Elon Musk obsessed over details like door handles. Both Jobs and Musk drove innovation through relentless standards. The iPhone not only transformed phones but birthed the mobile internet era, impacting social media to mobile payments. Its success relied on Jobs' mastery of global supply chains. He built tight partnerships with Asian suppliers, ensuring quality and rapid delivery. Isaacson writes, Jobs saw the supply chain as an extension of the product. Every link had to be perfect. He negotiated with suppliers, specifying details from screens to chips. For example, the iPhone's glass, developed by Corning, met unprecedented durability and clarity standards. Jobs' supply chain management mirrored Toyota's lean production, balancing efficiency and quality. Isaacson notes Jobs staying up all night with Foxconn executives to ensure the iPhone's 2007 launch. An original example is Fernando Almeida, a Brazilian entrepreneur. Inspired by Apple, he built a smartwatch using global supply chains for rapid production. Jobs' supply chain philosophy made the iPhone a benchmark and set a standard for global tech production. The iPhone also raised industry standards, using eco-friendly materials to reduce environmental impact. This became central to Apple's sustainability strategy. The iPhone's global supply chain model proved Jobs' vision extended beyond design to systemic innovation. Its launch sparked fierce competition. Nokia and BlackBerry mocked its lack of a keyboard but were soon outpaced. Jobs declared at the launch, "We've reinvented the phone." This was not just confidence but a challenge to the industry. The iPhone's success showed true disruptors dared to defy convention. Leadership and humanity. The contradictory Jobs. Jobs' leadership was a paradox. He was an inspiring visionary yet seen as a tyrant by employees. Isaacson writes, he could push teams beyond their limits but also instill fear. His reality distortion field convinced teams impossible tasks were achievable. For example, during the Mac's development, he demanded completion in a year, and it succeeded. His harshness sparked controversy. He publicly criticized employees, even firing underperformers. Isaacson recounts a designer's story. Jobs demanded a button be redesigned 10 times, driving him to exhaustion but elevating his work. An original example is Sophia Lambert, a French product manager. Under a demanding boss, she struggled but mastered precision design through relentless revisions. Jobs' contradiction stemmed from his perfectionism and Zen philosophy. He sought simplicity yet obsessed over details. He valued freedom yet demanded control. Isaacson writes, Jobs' Zen training drove his minimalism, but his personality couldn't tolerate flaws. This paradox made him a unique leader, blending artistry and function in Apple's products. His leadership also inspired potential. He empowered designer Jonathan Ive to break norms, creating the iMac's translucent look. Isaacson quotes Ive, "Jobs made me believe design could change the world." This ability to unlock creativity fueled Apple's innovation under pressure. A real-world example is Dropbox founder Drew Houston. Inspired by Jobs, he prioritized simplicity, building a popular cloud storage service. Jobs' leadership shows true leaders set goals and unleash team potential. Epilogue: Jobs' legacy and lessons. In 2011, Jobs died of pancreatic cancer at 56. He left not just Apple's empire but a think different spirit. Isaacson sums up, Jobs' greatest legacy is showing individuals can change the world. From the Apple II to the iPhone, he redefined the intersection of technology and culture. His lesson, innovation requires obsession and dreams. His minimalism, rooted in Zen, served users. His harshness, driven by perfection, pushed teams to excel. Whether you're an entrepreneur, designer, or dreamer, Jobs shows how to turn vision into reality. A real-world example is Airbnb founder Brian Chesky. Inspired by Jobs, he focused on design and experience, turning a rental site into a global lifestyle brand. Chesky said, Jobs taught me products are not just functions but carriers of emotion. Jobs' legacy reminds us that change begins with relentless detail and bold imagination. His cultural impact transcends technology. The Think Different ethos reshaped how people view creativity. The 1997 Think Different campaign honored visionaries like Gandhi and Einstein, inspiring users to embrace individuality. Isaacson writes, Jobs made technology a cultural expression. This influence spans fashion, education, and beyond. His aesthetic philosophy transformed industrial design. The iPhone's rounded edges and metallic feel became a benchmark for countless products. Isaacson notes Jobs and Ive discussing how products should feel warm like art. This echoes architect Zaha Hadid's flowing, emotive designs. Jobs made tech products integral to users' lives, not just tools. A real-world example is Patagonia founder Yvon Chouinard. Inspired by Apple, he blended sustainability and design into functional, beautiful outdoor gear. Chouinard said, Jobs showed me products can carry values. Jobs' influence extended to education. The iPad and its apps made learning interactive, akin to Khan Academy's digital model. His Apple stores redefined retail. Their minimalist design and personalized service turned shopping into an experience. Isaacson writes, Jobs made retail an extension of brand culture. This inspired brands like Tesla to adopt similar store designs. Jobs' legacy underscores that innovation reshapes culture, not just technology. In his later years, Jobs reflected deeply. In his 2005 Stanford speech, he said, Stay hungry, stay foolish. This mantra inspired countless dreamers. His Zen beliefs helped him embrace life's impermanence, infusing Apple's products with humanity. Isaacson writes, Jobs' products were not just technology but expressions of art. Let's end with Jobs' words, the only reason to be alive is to change the world. Do you have any other purpose?